Hi, my name is Ermias Merid. I am the president or chairman of Ethiopian and Eritrean Parent Support Group. I am here with my two colleagues, and they will introduce themselves. And to continue, I'm just going to have to take off my mask because, it's better to hear, and it's actually good for people to see my face too. Thank you.
My name is Shemsia Hussen. I am kids program organizer. So the same as Ermias said, I'm gonna continue after I remove my mask.
I'm Misrak Tekeste. I serve as a vice president of the Ethiopian and Eritrean Parent Support Group, and like my colleagues, we're gonna be taking off our masks to continue further.
So we established this support group in October 2019. At the beginning, when we get together, we discussed about our children's future and what's going on with the community and community's children's. And I have 3 children, and most of them are getting into be a teenager. And I'm always worried about things can go wrong. And how could I figure it out and things like so. I need support to do those things. So to get that kind of support, and I'm going to need my people that's like me who understands and went through those kind of problems. And most of the time, our children will be having a lot of issues at school, coming from school at home. And we, most our first generation immigrant, so I work mostly a lot of work, so like 2-3 jobs at the time. And I'm not going to be able to be there all the time. I cannot chaperone when I need to. I cannot connect or contact with the teachers as much as possible. So all these things is a need in our community. So because of that, we saw the need and we try to develop that. And after we talked about it, there are several things we wanted to create and support each other. And, having people at school, understanding their issues. When they come home, their culture is a little different, so they're getting confused between the two cultures. A school is developed for American culture and American peoples, and our children go there and learn that, and when they come back, they see different cultures, so they get a little bit of confusion. So we figured out this kind of community support group will help us go through those kind of challenges and make a better life for our children and to be successful. So after we started, and we have really accomplished so many things, so I'm going to pass that to Shemsia Hussen to tell
Okay, thank you.
everything about that.
Oh, okay. As a beginner, we have come far. I am going to divide our work in 2 categories, pre and post COVID-19. Before COVID-19 happened, we were focused on communication and collaboration between parents and to discuss about common problems and taking small steps to solve those problems. So we invite people in the community. We discuss issues like device uses and emotional well-being and other big issues that we agreed upon, because we cannot assume we have the same problem, because we have to involve the community to discuss the issue that we have in common. So suddenly COVID-19 happened, so we were forced to discontinue the physical connection, so we became creative and expand our connection through website platforms. Viber had been very useful in communication. We at first our focus was to create awareness to prevent the community from contracting the virus. Then later on, as we go, we try to be current and assess what issues do we have to collaborate and solve together. So in from the community, we invited guests who has the expertise in unemployment benefits, in mortgage forbearance, and other remote learning issues to navigate the instruments, to navigate the information in hand in our own language, to reach the community, to make remote learning very easy. So we had so many things that cannot be described at this moment. We have big dreams to move on forwards. So those things can be explained by my colleague Misrak.
Okay, thank you, Shemsia. Thank you. Once again, this is a Ethiopian and Eritrean support group. So just the nature of our organization emphasizes that change happens by coming together to solve our own issues. So most importantly, the first and foremost qualification we set for people who want to work with us is to simply be parents, regardless of experience, education level, or whatsoever. We all work together and we all have the responsibility to raise successful children, not only educationally but also identity-wise. We want to raise and build a community of children who have a strong self-awareness and identity, both in their Habesha, Ethiopian and Eritrean cultural roots, as well as being an African American individual in our community here. So, as my colleague Ermias said, as parents, we have observed the gap there is, be it a cultural gap that we have that is very obvious in the school system. The cultural reservation or sometimes intimidation of parents just simply for not knowing how to go about the school system, that renders them unable or limited to help their student children. And we also focus highly on building parenting skills. Children who have stronger and more capable parents will be better helped. So we come together to just share experiences, first and foremost, to be vulnerable, just so that we can identify common shortcomings that we have in our homes, and then learn from one another's experience. So that is the integral part of this parent support group. So currently we are expanding onto creating a website and using online platforms. So we have a Facebook group and also a website. And Zoom has been a tremendous help during this COVID season. We have been able to connect with our members and discuss on current issues that have impacted families. The ongoing current COVID issue has been one for sure. So we came together to discuss what kind of emotional hardships our children are facing for having been, to be forced to be just in one location, the home being a place of family time as well as education place, and then the pressure, the inequality, and the pressure that sets with first generation parents that might also face, educational gap, because they were put in a position to also assist their children with that education. So homeschooling was an issue, and just an overall mental wellness and how to cope with it, and also in the most current issues related to racial tension and political conditions, atmosphere. As a parent support group, we focused on how to effectively communicate those difficult or big issues, sensitive issues to our children, but first and foremost to ease that burden, so that they can just positively step by step process their reality around them. So We invite all parents in our vicinity in the city to come work with us. As my friend Ermias has mentioned, it was initially established by parents in the northern parts of the Shoreline area. But however, our vision is wide. We aim to reach more parents in our city, and we even have, willfully in the near future, be able to organize summer camps, create a soccer team for our children, so that they can come together with other peers and develop that positive cultural identity and to be supported with one another. We dream as far as even being able to take some youth abroad to their homeland, so they can also learn about their cultural heritage. But all that it takes time, it takes organizing, it takes financial ability. So we value every single added parent to come together and to just add on to this collaborative work with their professional experiences, or like I said earlier, just simply their parental experience, period. So please come join and work with us. There is so much to be done. Thanks.
All right, so this is what we came here to talk about, it's how we started and how far did we come and what our future looks like. And to add a little bit more on the same thing, what they said, what we are is because of Ethiopian and Eritrean have the same kind of cultural value in the same way that we grew up, and religiously or in school or whatever we did was almost the same. We thought that would be a very good idea to have both countries' family members to have this support group. That's why we have the Ethiopian and Eritrean Parent Support Group. And at the same time, our issues can be the same way as any other parents. So actually, I want to say something. One of the biggest one pushed me to get into this group was my daughter was a 7th grader one time, and I was running around working too many hours, like any other Ethiopians. Most of our social workers, and most of us, we are trying to, get what the children's need, the daily life and things like that. So at the end of the year, I found one of the grades are really unacceptable. And I was like, whoa, and the year is over. And where was I? I didn't get this chance to even talk to them. And the school didn't even call me to figure out what's going on. So I knew that time I needed support. I needed support who knows the school system. I needed support who to talk to. And the way we can get that, I cannot quit what I'm doing my job. So I can support other people, they can support me. We who are the same people who will be able to do the same thing. So that's when when this talk started to create this group, I jumped on it. I am so happy. It is actually working great. I've got liaison in Shoreline School District. We got someone in the liaison in the Edmond School District. So we want to expand that to other school districts. And parents who are and able to involve in the school districts, those are the things we need at this time to come in. And as Misrak said, in the future, we have a lot of ambitions and plans, and those can come, together slowly. So the school is the biggest one right now. And after school, and what's going on with COVID, what's going on with that, and all the other things with collaboration with the parents and other things. So that to get the strong citizen, to get our children to their utmost level of success, we need to have this collaboration with ourselves. And my call to whoever's watching this is please join us. This is a parents group, and we want all parents to come in. And the biggest qualification and being a parent itself is being a leader. So please join us.
أنا ናይ ትግርኛ ናይ ኣምሓርኛን ተዛረብት እየ እዚ መልእኽቲን ኣሕዋተይን ኣሓተይን እዩ እዚ ግሩፕ ብጣዕሚ የድልየና እዩ እዚ ግሩፕ ንቆልዑትና እንድሕር ክንርኢ ደሊና ዓብዮም በልጽጎም ካልቸሮም ተማሂሮም ክንሪኦም እንድሕር ደሊና ሁሊና ሓላፊነት ኣለና ናተይ ኳሊፊኬሽን ኣደ ምዃነ ይጥራሕ እዩ ልደቀይ ዓብይ ነገር ምምናይን ምድላይ እዩ ናተይ ኳሊፊኬሽን ስለዚ ኩላትና ሓላፊነት ኣለና መጽኢና ናይ ባዕልና ብለለና ዓቕሚ ክንረባረብ ክነዕብዮ እዚ ፕሮግራም ለደቅና ኣብዚ ዓዲ ኦፖርቹኒቲታት ኣለው እቲ ኦፖርቹኒቲታት ልምጥቃም ምትሕብባር ኣለና ምፍላጥ ኣለና ኣበይ ደሎ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ኣበይ ደሎ ምፍላጥ ኣለና እዚ ለምፍላጥ ሓዲና ካብ ሓዲና ብዙሕ ነገር መምሃር ስለንትኽእል ንዑ ንተኣኻኸብ ንመካከር
እንግዲህ እኔም በአማርኛ ሰብሰብ አድርጌ ጥሪያችንን ላቅርብ ይሄ ግሩፕ የተመሰረተው እንግዲህ የኢትዮጵያ ኤርትራያኖች የወላጆች ማህበር በአንድ የጋራ አካባቢ መነሻ እንዳለን ሰዎች ተባብረንና ተደጋግፈን ልጆቻችን ለሚደርስባቸው ማንኛውም አይነት ችግር በትብብር አንድ ላይ እንድናሳድጋቸው ነው ሁላችንም እንግዲህ ከነበርንበት ማህበረሰብ መተናገር ቀይረን ኑሮን ለማሸነፍ እንደ ወላጆች በመናረጋው ሩጫ ላይ ልጆቻችን ደግሞ ትምህርት ቤት ውለው ሲመጡ የሚያጋጥማቸው ሰፊና እጅግ ብዙ ነገሮች አሉ ስለዚህም እኛ አንድ ላይ መተን የወላጅነታችንን ብቃት ለማዳበር በግልጽ ብርታታችንንም ድካማችንንም እየተወያየን አቅማችንን ገንብተን ለልጆቻችን እኛ እንድንደርስላቸው የማህበር ጥሪ እናስተላልፋለን ይህንን አርጎ ለመገኘት የተለየ የትምህርት ደረጃ ብቃት ወይም ፕሮፌሽናል አቢሊቲ አይጠይቅም ወላጅነት ብቻ በቂ ኳሊፊኬሽን ነው ስለዚህ ከጓዳችን የምናቀውን የተፈተንበትን ፈተና የሆኑብን ነገሮች ሁሉ በጋራ መተን እስቲ ለልጆቻችን እንገኝላቸው በስብዕና በመልካምነት ጠንካራ ማንነት ያላቸው በትምህርታቸው በተቻለ መጠን የሚተጉ ለራሳቸውና ለቤተሰቦቻቸው ለወደፊትም ደግሞ ህዝባችን ተስፋ የሚሆኑ ወንድና ሴቶች ልጆቻችንን በጋራ ማሳደግ እንድንችል ተጽዕኖ ፈጣሪ ትውልድ ማፍራት እንድንችል እንግዲህ በኢትዮጵያና ወላጆች ማህበር ስም እንጠራለን አብራችሁን ስሩ ታስፈልጉናላችሁ ተባብረን እንገንባ አመሰግናለሁ
This is why we are here today to tell people what we are about and what we did so far and what our future looks like and in the future we'll come back with more accomplishments hopefully and more plans in the future so for today we are done thank you all right thank you to MMRTI